Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kayla, also known as Thrifty Mom of Two here on this YouTube channel. I am a full-time reseller. I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. And today I have a highly requested video that I finally put together for you guys. And it is basically showing you guys all of my little shoe cleaning kit, all of the supplies I use to clean and restore shoes from the thrift stores to sell in my online stores. So as you guys know, shoes is like one of my favorite categories to resell. I sell a lot of retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, brand new shoes, but I also sell a lot of pre-owned, thrifted, secondhand shoes as well. And some of those shoes require a little bit of extra work before I list them in my stores. Overall, I try to pick up shoes that are still in relatively good condition. I try not to pick up shoes that are going to require a ton of work. The structure of the actual shoes has to be in good condition. So I always look at the tread on the bottom of the shoes, make sure that looks good. I twist the soles a little bit, make sure there's no separation or breaking of the soles. I always look for any holes or tears in the upper knit and fabric materials. And yeah, just check the overall condition of the shoes. If that is good though, however, I usually will pick up the shoes if there's a little bit of staining or discoloration on the soles that I need to clean. That stuff is easy to take care of. So as long as the structure of the shoes are in good condition and I think I can clean them up, I will definitely pick them up. Okay guys, so I have my little shoe cleaning kit here. I just keep this underneath my sink and I have all of my supplies that I use to clean my shoes. Nothing fancy, you guys. This is just what works for me. Like I said, I like to keep it simple, so I'm going to show you guys what I use. A lot of these are just basic household items. They get the job done and they just work really well for me. So let's go ahead and get started. I actually did film myself cleaning a bunch of different shoes that I picked up recently from the thrift stores. I just have little mini clips. So I'm going to show you guys a supply that I use or a product that I use, and then I'll insert a little mini clip of me actually using the product so that you guys can see how I use it and the type of situations I would use that product in. All right guys, so first on the list, we just have some Dawn dish soap, preferably this platinum version if you can get it. I do think it works a little bit better than just the regular Dawn. And this is great for removing stains on the fabric and upper knit areas of shoes. I also will clean the bottom soles of shoes if they have a lot of dirt and stuff on them. And with the Dawn dish soap, I have a little scrubber brush, which I actually need to get a new one of these. This one's getting a little worn out. And then an old toothbrush. And this is what I use to scrub the shoes. Okay guys, so here I have some On Cloud running shoes. You can see they're a little bit dirty. They are white, so they have some dirt marks on them, just kind of all throughout. The bottoms are in pretty good condition, a little bit dirty, so we're gonna go ahead and give these a full bath in the sink. I'm gonna use my Dawn dish soap and my scrubber brush. Once I've scrubbed them down, I rinse them off in hot water. Just try not to burn your hands. But I find that hot water works best. Okay, so you guys just saw me wash the shoes and scrub them with the Dawn dish soap, and then I rinse them. Another tool I like to keep handy is these microfiber towels. This one's a little dirty because I've been using it. I need to wash it, but these are great for drying shoes off. I feel like they just dry a little bit better than regular towels. So usually what I do is I dry the shoes off with this towel and then I stick them outside on my porch, and I will let them finish air drying outside. I also will pull the insoles out of the shoe if they are removable while they're drying and let them dry separately. Okay, so I'm just taking my towel, drying the shoes off. It's kind of hard to do one-handed in this video, but you guys get the point. I just squeeze all the excess water out of the shoes, get them as dry as possible with the towel, and then I will put these out on the porch. You can see they look nice and clean. A lot of the dirt marks are gone. The bottoms look great, and they will be ready to list. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys another example of a pair of shoes I washed with the Dawn dish soap. This pair of Adidas here, this one I'm holding is the one that's already clean. You can see how clean the upper knit looks, how clean the bottom looks. the shoe just really looks awesome. This other one, however, over here, you can see how much dirtier the upper knit is. It's very dusty and has kind of some dirt marks on the side. The bottom soles of the shoe are also pretty dirty. So I just really wanted to show you guys the difference of what the shoes look like from when I picked them up at the thrift store to what they look like after I cleaned them. I think it's definitely worth it to put a little bit of extra time into cleaning shoes and just make them look a little bit more presentable. So another little handy tool that I use is just this little nail. You can use anything, you know, somewhat similar to this. And all I use this for is to pick rocks and like stuff that gets stuck in the cracks of the bottom of the shoes out. This is just really simple and easy to remove anything like that. Okay, so you can see there's a rock stuck in the crack of this shoe. I'm just going to use my nail here and flick that right out. Usually I do this over the trash can, you guys, but I just happen to be by the sink at the moment. I also wanted to show you guys a situation where I use the old toothbrush to clean shoes. I usually use it to get in the small like cracks of the soles of the shoes. Sometimes my other scrubber brush doesn't reach or get in those cracks as good, so I will use this old toothbrush to really get in there and clean good. You can see there, this one is coming nice and clean. So not every pair of shoes that I thrift needs a full washing like in the sink with Dawn dish soap. That is usually only if the shoes are dirty like on the upper like fabric area, or they're just really muddy on the bottom soles. But if the upper part of the shoes look really good and it's just the soles that need a little wipe down, maybe there's like some scuffing or just like some black marks and stuff on the bottom just from being worn outside, I typically will just use rubbing alcohol. So I have this bottle here, just rubbing alcohol, and I have another like microfiber towel, again really dirty. I need to wash this. You can see I've been cleaning a lot of shoes, but I just use the rubbing alcohol with the towel and I will scrub the shoes. This usually takes care of any scuffing. Okay, so I have my rubbing alcohol and a pair of Nikes here. They have a little bit of black scuffing on the soles. Overall, they're in pretty good condition, but I'm just gonna wipe them down a little bit. You can see a scuff mark there. And yeah, I just use the rubbing alcohol and my towel. You do have to scrub just a little bit, put a little elbow grease into it, but it will take them off really nice. I use this pretty much for any of my shoes with like rubber soles, and it gets them nice and clean again. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit more of the rubbing alcohol and I'm just going to start scrubbing the bottom of the shoes. This will take off a lot of the scuffing or dirt marks and stuff from being worn outside. This pair looks like it was only maybe worn once outside. Overall, they're in really good condition. But yeah, I just scrub them down, make them as clean as possible. And I wipe off the extra. You can see there it's nice white, all the scuffing is gone. This also works great for removing marker off the bottom of shoes. Some thrift stores will write their prices on the bottom of the shoes with marker, and some like discount stores like Ross and TJ Maxx, they also write the price on the bottom of the shoes, and this is usually good for removing that as well. So you guys can see the Sharpie on the bottom of this pair of shoes. Luckily, it is silver Sharpie, which is a lot easier to get off compared to black Sharpie. However, most of the time, this will still remove black Sharpie from the bottom of shoes as well. Some shoes are a little more stubborn, especially if the bottom soles are really porous and the Sharpie has had time to like really soak in there. But you will see here in just a second that the rubbing alcohol removed the Sharpie nicely off the bottom of this pair. Another tool I like to use if there is a little bit of staining on like the upper fabric of shoes, but it is like a shoe that I really can't wash in the sink. I think I have a video of like an espadrille shoe that I will show you guys that I use this on. So like that type of shoe, I can't really get wet, I can't soak it. So in that case, what I use is a Tide to go pin, and I will typically just try to treat the stains with this. If you do need a little bit something stronger, sometimes I will occasionally mix a little bit of baking soda with my Dawn dish soap, and then I will just spot treat the area with my toothbrush and try not to get the rest of the shoe wet. So I just kind of spot treat the little stains, and then I will use my microfiber cloth to wipe them down and clean them. But this Tide to Go pen is excellent for just removing small little tiny stains that you need to get off of shoes. So this pair of Toms I have here are in really good condition. You can see the bottoms are very clean. However, there are a few marks on them. There's a mark right here and then a little scuff mark on the side. And because I can't get these wet, I'm actually going to use my Tide to Go pen to try to treat these stains. I'm just going to scrub them a little bit and then wait to see if the stains start to lighten up. You can see this stain at the bottom. The scuff has already completely gone away. So the Tide pen is working. This also works great for cleaning like designer shoe labels, the fabric ones that they typically put inside of like heels and other shoes. I have a picture that I shared on my Instagram. I will try to find it and insert it here of a pair of heels that had the fabric tag on the inside that was white, but because they had been worn, it was discolored and kind of gross looking. I used this Tide to Go pen on that and it turned the label white again. It looked really nice. So that's just another thing you can use the Tide to Go pen for. Okay, up next on the list is Goo Gone. I don't use this a ton. I prefer cleaning the soles of my shoes, like the white soles, with this rubbing alcohol. However, occasionally I will run into some shoes that have like some sticker residue from like a price tag on the bottom of the shoe, or maybe they have gum on the bottom of the shoe, which has happened before. And this is great for getting any of that like sticky gunk off the bottom of shoes. You do have to scrub a little bit hard, so you have to put a little work into it, but this will definitely remove it. So here I have a pair of Piccolinos, I think is how you pronounce the brand. You can see that the one shoe here has some sticker residue on the bottom. The other shoe also actually had the sticker residue, but I already cleaned it, so you can see how clean that one looks compared to the other one. I'm just going to take my Goo Gone here and just spray it on that sticky stuff, and then I'm going to take my toothbrush and really just get in there and scrub it all off. I'm actually using the back of my toothbrush so I can scrub a little bit harder. And then once I feel like I've got most of it off the shoe, I will take my cloth here and just wipe it all off. You can see it's coming nice and clean. I'm going to show you guys the final look at the bottom of the shoes here in just a second. I also wanted to point out that those yellow marks on the bottom of the one shoe, I was able to remove with rubbing alcohol. Okay, next on the list is good old-fashioned olive oil, just from your kitchen, cooking olive oil. I use this to clean rubber, so any shoes like rain boots, stuff like that have rubber on them. If the rubber is a little dry, maybe it's not as shiny as it used to be, this will bring the rubber back to life. It will make it shiny again. You really want to be careful that you're not using too much. However, a little bit of this goes a long way. So this first pair of boots I have here is a pair of hunter boots. These were actually already pretty clean when I got them. However, I just wanted to shine up the toe area, the black toe area a little bit. What you guys are seeing is already the finished product. I've already shined them with my olive oil. I took this paper towel here and I just dipped it in a very tiny bit of olive oil. You don't need very much, and just kind of shined the toe area up. But I also have these Ugg boots here, and you can just see they're kind of dingy looking. They have like smudges and stuff all over them. So we're going to shine these up with the olive oil and just make them look a lot better so that we can photograph them. You can already see a lot of that smudging just coming right off. The boots are looking nice and shiny. Just kind of scrubbing all of that smudginess off. And then you want to turn the paper towel over and use like a dry area of the paper towel and wipe off all of the excess olive oil. You don't want to leave any extra on there. This is also why it's important to just use a very tiny amount. So now you guys can see how shiny the boots look. They look amazing. All the smudging is gone. They are ready to photograph. Okay, up next on my list, I'm not going to show you here on camera, but the next thing that I like to use is a vacuum. I will insert a clip of me using the vacuum, but I use a vacuum to clean the insides of my shoes. If there's hair or anything in there that I need to get out, super easy to just vacuum out the inside of your shoes. Okay, and then next on my list is my leather cleaning products, which obviously I use for leather shoes. I also use these same products for like my leather handbags that I need to clean. The first thing I have here is just some saddle soap. So this is just some leather cleaning soap. I have it in this Red Wings shoe brand, but there's lots of really good brands that you could probably pick this up in. I don't think I got a video of me using this product, but basically all I will do is take one of my cloths, a little bit of water, and use the saddle soap to wipe down the shoes, get them nice and clean before I condition them. So once I've cleaned the leather on the shoes and let the shoes dry, I will usually condition them with some leather oil. So I just have this one. It's also by Red Wing. It's just a boot oil. It will typically darken the leather if you're doing it on like a brown leather. So just keep that in mind, but usually it doesn't look bad in my opinion. And if there's any like water spots, anything like that, it will actually help those blend in a little bit better. There's also lots of good leather conditioners out there. I know a really popular one is the Doc Martin leather conditioner. A lot of resellers use that one. I just happen to have these around my house. My husband had them for some of his boots, so I've been using these products and they work really good for me. Once they run out though, however, I probably will order the Doc Martin version. But I just use the leather conditioner and this little brush. So I have a good example of a pair of shoes I'm working on right now. I didn't get any footage, but this is a pair of Columbia boots. You can see they are pretty beat up. I mean, the leather is pretty dry, but structurally the shoes are still in really good condition. The tread is still really nice. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning the leather. I clean the leather with the saddle soap, and then I did do one coat of leather conditioner on this boot. So you can see it's already starting to look a lot better. The leather's starting to come back to life a little bit. Here's the other one. I probably will do a second coat because the leather is still just a little bit dry. So I'll probably do a second coat of the conditioner, but you can see they already look a lot better. I also have some leather dye. It is just by Kiwi is the brand on here. I typically won't dye any like brown leather products, but anything black, this is good for covering up like scuffs and stuff like that. I use it on purses, I use it on shoes. Just really nice, brings the color back to life. All right guys, and then the last thing on my list for cleaning and prepping shoes to photograph and sell them is just recycled paper or extra like paper that you have around your house. I also use paper bags or the plastic bags that you get from like Target and places like that. I save all of those and I use stuff like this that I get in packages, just extra paper to stuff my shoes so that they look presentable when I photograph them. I think they just look better when they're stuffed, plus you want to reshape them a little bit anyways, and I leave that paper in there when I package and ship them so that they don't get smushed during packaging or shipping as well. But yeah, I just keep a little pile of all of this extra like paper around my house. I've used newspaper, just anything I can kind of reuse and recycle around my house so that I don't have to purchase any additional, supplies. Plus, I don't have to throw this stuff away. It doesn't have to go to waste. And I just use that to stuff my shoes before I photograph them and before I ship them. So here you guys, I'm just taking my plastic bag and kind of rolling it up, and I'm going to stuff the shoe, give them some shape again. And then what I like to do is I actually like to take the shoelaces and I tie them in a little knot, and I actually tuck them back into the shoe. I just think they look so much better when photographing when the shoelaces are tucked into the shoe like this. It's just my personal preference and what I like to do. And then I just kind of pull the tongue back out. And here you guys can see these shoes are stuffed and ready to be photographed. All right guys, so that is it for my shoe cleaning video. I hope you found this information helpful. If there are any type of shoe cleaning situations that I didn't go over that you're curious about, you can always let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to address them in a future video. Also, if you guys have any tips for me or for anybody else who's watching this video, definitely leave those down in the comments below as well. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please give this video a thumbs up before you close out of it. And make sure that you are subscribed to this channel if you do enjoy reseller related content. Hit that little bell notification so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.